Hey there, it's Dave at NoRecipeRequired, and I love roast chicken. Now, leave me a comment. Let me know what your roast chicken is. Now, I'm doing one today, and I was thinking, what am I going to do differently? How am I going to change it up? Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner, so what I'm going to do is a kind of a Mexican version of a roast chicken. I use some traditional French techniques where we take some herbs, some spices, throw it in some butter, slather it all over that chicken, make it absolutely delicious. Cook it off, nice golden brown. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. I think you're going to love it. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if you like it or not. Let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, let's go ahead and get going on our Salsa Verde, which I'm going to use 2 garlic cloves, half a shallot. I got 2 types of peppers here. One red jalapeno, one Anaheim. Neither are super hot. You can certainly use different peppers if you want to go a little hotter. I've got chive, I've got shallot and parsley, and you know, really a pretty flexible salsa here. You can kind of throw in whatever you want. Tomatillos are pretty traditional and pretty awesome. And essentially all I'm going to do is just chop all this stuff up. Make one big pile. Get it as finely chopped as possible. Go ahead, you can use a blender as well. I kind of like just this crushing, chopping method. Probably taking about 10 minutes to kind of go through it all until it gets into a nice paste. And then, oh, I forgot one ingredient. I've got some capers right here as well. I'll just throw those right in there as well. We'll come back once I got this kind of all chopped nice and fine. You're going to be amazed how it comes together. Again, knife skills aren't that great. Go ahead and use a blender. And then we'll add a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of olive oil, and we'll have our salsa that we're going to use for our chicken. Okay, so taking me about 5 to 8 minutes or so to get it chopped down. You can see that big pile of herbs and chilies and onions and all that kind of formed into a little bit chunky paste here. You can't really over chop it. Then what we're going to do is just pull it all together. Got a bowl here, and we'll take it, throw it into our bowl, and you can make this, you know, hours in advance. You can even make this a couple days in advance. It'll keep just fine, covered in the fridge. We've got a little bit of our lime juice. You kind of add to taste, some olive oil, salt and pepper, and we're essentially good to go. Now I pulled out a little bit of our Salsa Verde before I added the lime juice and the olive oil. And what I'm going to do is just combine that with a little bit of softened butter here. And this I'm going to combine with the chicken, or use to spread kind of all over the chicken. It's a common French technique to use you know, herbs and butter like this, kind of flavor the bird. We're going to do the same thing, just with our more Mexican, Latin ingredients. Once this comes together, again, you can do this ahead of time. Stick it right back in the fridge, let it soften again before we spread it on the chicken. Or you can do this and then just go right to the bird. Okay, so you're going to let your chicken come up to room temperature. You're going to season with salt and pepper, kind of all over, nice and generous. And then we're going to use the butter that we put together before and just kind of smear that all over the chicken. You can even kind of lift up the skin and use your fingers and go push that right in there under the breast, work it down, and that's going to, as the chicken cooks, it's just going to flavor it with all that great chili and cilantro and parsley and onion, garlic, what we got in there. I'm going to start the chicken on the stovetop, but then quickly move it into the oven. I've got it going at 400 degrees. Let's go ahead and get started on our Cinco de Mayo chicken. Like I said, I've got the oven going at 400. I'm going to turn the heat down to medium. I got a really hot pan here. And our chicken is all seasoned, and I tied it up. What I'm going to do is actually start it on its side. The thighs tend to take longer to cook than the breast meat. And so this helps get those done faster. I'm going to cook it on this side, right on the stove top here, for about 10 minutes. This is a great time to season the other side if you haven't done that. I'm going to flip it over, cook this side for 10 minutes, then move the whole thing into the oven. So it's been 7 or 8 minutes on that one side. I haven't touched the chicken. I haven't done anything with it. We're going to flip it over, and hopefully we see a nice golden brown side there, which is exactly what we see. I'm going to position this one, and again, let it go on the thigh on that side, and then we'll flip it over so it's breast side up before we stick it in the oven. And really, you don't have to do this. I think it makes for a better thigh and leg and wing meat if you give that a little bit of a head start. So after a similar amount of time, I'm going to flip the chicken back over onto its back, breast side up.
and then throw this into a 400-degree oven. That's going to get the skin on top nice and crisp. You're looking for an internal temperature about 150, 155, and then let it rest to bring over to at least 160, 165. So I just pulled out our Cinco de Mayo chicken. You can see beautiful, beautiful, crispy, dark crust. Took about an hour and 20 minutes for this size bird. I think I got like a 6-pounder here. You want to make sure, use a meat thermometer, get it up to like 160. Pull it out, then let it rest. Don't cut into it right away. Good 10 minutes, so either right on the pan
so
or
I
in a
carved
cutting
up
board.
our chicken, a little bit of Salsa Verde,
And our Cinco de Mayo bird is done. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.
Holy cow, you made it to the end of the video. Hope you saw something you liked. Hope you tried this recipe. If so, throw something in the comments. Let me know how it turned out. And you know what? I put videos up every week, sometimes twice a week. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Click this little button right here. It should be somewhere around my fingers. And you'll get updates when I post new videos. You can comment, you can enjoy. We can all learn to cook better. I'll see you next time.